that I wish to inform you that this webinar is going to be held in English language. Of course, we are aware that there are some of the participants, they are speaking French and they will present themselves in French. I will try to translate them. This is one of my jobs to do here today. And I would kindly ask them to make as brief as possible their French speaking in order to have the possibility to translate it either phrase by phrase or at the end make the resume. I pronounce now the start of this webinar for the opportunities of investment in between the two countries, the RDC, the Democratic Republic of Congo, and the Greek democracy. So, at first we have to listen to Mr. Vasilis Takas, who is the president of the Hellenic African Chamber of Commerce and Development. Mr. President, you have the speech, please.
Thank you, Alki. Can you hear me? Because something is happening. You can hear me?
Okay. Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, Your Excellencies, distinguished guests, dear colleagues and friends. Is somebody speaking or am I listening only? Okay. It is a true pleasure and honor to welcome you all to today's webinar titled Investment Opportunities and the Political Economic Environment in the Democratic Republic of the Congo. On behalf of the Hellenic African Chamber of Commerce and Development, I would like to express my appreciation to all our distinguished speakers from the Democratic Republic of the Congo and Greece, as well as to the representatives of the international institutions and the business community who are with us today. I also wish to warmly thank Mrs. Evgenia Kepa and the Greek Ministry of Foreign Affairs for their support and cooperation in organizing this event. The Democratic Republic of the Congo is one of the most strategically important and resource-rich countries in the world, with a population of exceeding 100 million and vast natural resources, including critical minerals such as cobalt, copper, lithium, and gold. The DRC holds a unique position in the global economy, especially in the emerging green energy transition. But beyond its natural wealth, what truly defines the DRC is its potential. The potential of its people, its growing cities, its agricultural land, and its entrepreneurial energy. Despite the challenges, the country is steadily moving toward greater stability and modernization, creating new openings for investment and partnerships in areas such as infrastructure, renewable energy, agriculture, healthcare, and industrial transformation. Today's DRC is not just a land of resources, it is a land of opportunity and resilience. The relationship between Greece and the Democratic Republic of the Congo dates back many decades. The Greek community in Kinshasa has been present and active for generations. A small, vibrant community that has contributed to the country's economic, social, and cultural life. Greek entrepreneurs, doctors, engineers, and educators have lived and worked in the DRC, helping to build bridges between our two nations. Likewise, many Congolese friends have studied, worked, and built families in Greece, enriching our own society. Today, as global interest in Africa rises, the time has come to reinvigorate and modernize this relationship, to move from friendship to strategic cooperation in business, investment, and sustainable development. The Hellenic African Chamber of Commerce and Development, which I have the honor to represent, has for more than 25 years served as a vital link between Greek and African enterprises, institutions, and governments. Our mission is simple yet ambitious: to promote economic and business cooperation between Greece and the countries of the African continent. We do this by organizing business missions, investment forums, and webinars like today's, by providing information and guidance to companies, and by fostering a climate of trust and long-term cooperation. We believe that Africa, and particularly Sub-Saharan Africa, represents not only a continent of the future, but a partner for shared prosperity. The goal of today's session is to bring clarity and understanding to one of Africa's most promising economies, the Democratic Republic of the Congo. We aim to present the current political and economic environment of the DRC, highlight investment opportunities in key sectors such as mining, agriculture, energy, health, and infrastructure, strengthen bilateral and institutional ties between our two countries, and facilitate direct dialogue between government officials, chambers of commerce, and private investors. In essence, the webinar serves as a platform for connection, connecting ideas with opportunities, investors with projects, and people with a shared vision of growth and sustainability. We are organizing this event at a very interesting moment, not only for the DRC, which continues to pursue economic reform and diversification, but also for Greece, which is increasingly turning its eyes toward Africa. Greek companies in energy, construction, healthcare, shipping, and food processing are actively exploring new partnerships in Africa. At the same time, African economies, including the DRC, are looking for reliable partners that bring technology, expertise, and the spirit of cooperation rather than exploitation. This is precisely the type of partnership the Hellenic African Chamber seeks to encourage, one based on mutual respect, sustainability, and long-term benefit for both sides. We hope that this webinar will be a starting point for deeper engagement between the Greek and Congolese business communities. Our intention is to follow up with targeted business missions to Kinshasa and other cities, support for sectoral partnerships, and continue dialogue with the Congolese authorities and chambers of commerce. We are confident that with open communication, transparency, and a shared vision, the opportunities ahead are vast and achievable. Before closing, I wish to once again express my sincere thanks to all our distinguished speakers from the DRC's ministries, the central bank, and investment agencies, as well as to the ambassadors of our two countries for their commitment to strengthening bilateral ties. I also thank all participants joining us today from Greece, Africa, and elsewhere. Your presence is a testament to the growing interest and confidence in the potential of Greek-Congolese cooperation. Let us use today's discussion as a foundation, not only for exchange of information, but to build partnerships that deliver real impact for both our people. Thank you again very much, and I wish you all a fruitful and inspiring webinar. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. President, for your presentation. We go first to Mrs. Evgenia Kepa, Counselor for Economics and Commercial Affairs, Director of the B5 Directorate for bilateral economic relations with Middle East, North Africa, and Gulf countries, as well as with countries of Asia, Oceania, and Sub-Saharan Africa. Mrs. Kepa, please, you have the speech.
Your Excellencies, distinguished participants. First of all, I would like to thank the Hellenic African Chamber of Commerce and Development and the Embassy of the Democratic Republic of Congo for organizing this webinar and giving me the opportunity to participate in it. Almost a year has passed since the very successful organization of the DRC Greece Economic Forum in Athens in November 2024. This forum focused on reviving economic and trade cooperation between our countries and restoring Greek investors' confidence in the DRC. The Congolese delegations included high-ranking officials and businessmen, and numerous productive G2G and B2B meetings were held. Since then, the DRC has faced a challenging period, but the fact that we are together again today demonstrates our common determination to explore ways to strengthen our relations. The presence of Greeks in DRC dates back to the early 20th century. Before the period of Zarainization, the Greek community numbered around 25,000 members, who contributed to the development of trade, agriculture, fisheries, manufacturing, food production, and many other sectors, even the music industry. Over the decades, the community has woven strong ties with its host country. Despite the historical challenges, the Greek presence in the DRC has been continuous, just as our diplomatic presence has. Today, although smaller in size, it continues to embody the values of friendship, hard work, and mutual respect. Distinguished participants, events like today's gathering, as well as last year's forum, help us identify new opportunities for cooperation. The question for entrepreneurs and investors is how much risk there is in doing business in the DRC, given the challenges the country continues to face. This question, I think, is most appropriate to be answered by the Congolese participants. But let me point out some facts. First of all, there is the 27th of June agreement between the DRC and Rwanda, which paves the way for peace. Beyond its immediate security dimension, it also represents an effort to establish a new framework for economic cooperation in the region. Greece welcomed this agreement and looks forward to its full implementation. Moreover, the DRC is a vast country, full of tremendous potential, and not all regions are affected in the same way as its eastern part. When we speak of this potential, a few key facts stand out. The DRC is the largest country in the Sub-Saharan Africa, with a population of 112 million people, the majority of whom are under the age of 20. Within just a decade, this population is expected to reach 116 million. Strategically located, with borders connected 9 African countries and projects like the Lobito Corridor, the DRC serves as a gateway for regional trade, linking Central Africa to the Atlantic Ocean. The DRC has come has some of Africa's richer water resources and enormous
L'ambassade de la Grèce. Hein?
Yes.
Forum.
The DRC has some of Africa's richest water resources and enormous hydroelectric potential that could power industries and communities. It hosts the second largest rainforest in the world, alongside extraordinary biodiversity. Its vast Arab land, which is even more than the European Union's total, represents an enormous agricultural potential. And of course, the DRC is globally renowned for its vast mineral wealth, provided key raw materials for global industries, particularly the green energy and technology sectors. At the same time, the DRC government is pursuing policies to diversify its economy, traditionally dominated by mining. Within this framework, we should explore areas of cooperation and investment opportunities. Indicatively, potential sectors include energy and infrastructure. The DRC has immense potential in hydroelectric and solar energy. Given Greece's expertise in renewable energy and infrastructure, we could support the development of related projects. Construction. Greek companies have already implemented large-scale projects in many African countries and possess considerable know-how in the field of infrastructure. Agriculture and forestry. Greece can share technologies and expertise to improve agricultural practices, increase productivity, and develop agro-food, fisheries, and livestock production chains in the DRC. I would also like to mention the sectors of health and pharmaceuticals, of tourism, of digital connectivity, of education and training. Distinguished participants, I would like to mention that the European Union has shown growing interest in the Central and Southern Africa. Within this context, initiatives such as Global Gateway aim to promote sustainable infrastructure, digital connectivity, and clean energy projects, while ensuring mutual benefits for African partners. In particular, the Lobito Corridor, linking the DRC and Zambia with the Angolan coast, is a flagship global gateway project that seeks to enhance regional integration and facilitate the export of critical minerals, essential for the green transition. Greece stands ready to participate via Global Gateway project to the future development of DRC. To conclude, while there is still a long way ahead of us, our shared vision and determination give us every reason to look to the future with optimism. I believe that this conference will be both fruitful and productive in this regard. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you very much, Mrs. Kepa, for your detailed speech regarding the opportunities between the two countries. I would like to pass now the word to the ambassador of DRC to Greece, Madame Micheline Matadi. Je vous prie, Votre Excellence, de bien vouloir vous adresser à notre webinaire. Alors?
You are muted.
Madame Matadi, vous m'entendez? Il y a un problème?
She is muted. This is the problem.
There's a technical problem, I suppose.
No, she has to take no, it's okay. Now it's okay.
Allô? Excellences, Mesdames et Messieurs, c'est avec un réel plaisir que je prends la parole à ces webinaires d'information qui préparent la tenue du deuxième édition du Forum économique Grèce-RDC, que nous organisons bien sûr en partenariat avec la Chambre des commerces et des développements helléno-africaines et l'appui, bien sûr, de l'ambassade de la Grèce à Kinshasa. À notre niveau, il est question de matérialiser la diplomatie économique agissante voulue par les présidents de la République, supervisée par la Première ministre et mise en œuvre par la ministre d'État, ministre des Affaires étrangères, pour nous consolider, nous renforcer des relations, des coopérations gréco-congolaises gagnant-gagnant. Ainsi, de la première en novembre 2024 à la deuxième du 24 au 25 2025, la deuxième édition, nous avons voulu enrichir notre menu. Nous avons diversifié notre menu car plusieurs secteurs d'investissement entre nos deux pays ont bel et bien ont été identifiés, voulais-je dire. Plusieurs secteurs d'investissement ont été identifiés, notamment l'agriculture, les mines, la santé, l'éducation, la marine marchande, les énergies renouvelables et aussi l'économie touristique, qui sont autant des leviers de la redynamisation de cette coopération économique bilatérale. Je ne saurais finir ces propos sans pour autant mettre l'accent sur l'aspect ou l'objectif de cette deuxième édition du Forum économique. Et nous demandons à tous les participants d'exécuter ou de s'atteler ou de mettre accent sur ces secteurs cités si haut. Je ne saurais finir sans remercier tous les intervenants, tant congolais que grecs, ministres, personnalités politiques, responsables des établissements et agences, ainsi que les opérateurs économiques qui s'engagent avec nous dans l'atteinte de cet objectif de développement. Excellences, Mesdames et Messieurs, je dois ici clore mon propos en vous souhaitant de fructueux échanges pour ces webinaires introductifs au Forum économique Grèce-RDC 2025 qui susciteront des investissements réels et justifieront la création d'une chambre des commerces helléno-congolaise, puis la constitution de la commission mixte Grèce-RDC. Je vous remercie.
Madame l'ambassadeur, nous vous remercions infiniment pour votre présence et votre proposition. Vous permettez que je fasse un résumé en anglais pour que tous les participants puissent suivre tout ce que vous avez dit en français. The ambassador, Lady Matadi, has presented her welcome to all the participants and noticed in the very beginning about the economical forum, the second edition, that will take place on the 24th and 25th November at the Chamber of Commerce and Industry of Athens, which will be the second edition, a very important one with a lot of invited and visitors from Congo in order to meet here the responsible people and create bilateral relations in order to advance the economical exchanges between the two countries. Her Excellency explained that she is very satisfied with the first edition, but with the second edition will be a more fruitful one, since there are already established relations that we will start to be more important and more fruitful. So she's thanking very much all the participants, the officials, the responsible economical operators, and wish a fruitful meeting of this webinar today. Thank you, Mrs. Ambassador, Your Excellency. Merci beaucoup, Madame l'Ambassadrice. Now, you allow me to pass the word to Mr. Antonis Papadopoulos, who is the Ambassador of Greece to Kinshasa. Mr. Papadopoulos.
Yes, thank you very much. Thank you. Bonsoir à tout le monde. Καλησπέρα σας από την Kinshasa, τη μακρινή Kinshasa. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's a real pleasure and honor to be with you today for this webinar on economic opportunities and the business environment of the DRC. Let me start by warmly thanking the Hellenic African Chamber of Commerce and Development for organizing this event and for its continued efforts to bring our business communities closer together. Greece and DRC, as already stated by my colleague Micheline, share long-standing and friendly relations built on mutual respect and understanding. Over the years, our cooperation has gone far beyond trade and development. It now includes culture, education, and humanitarian action. The long-standing presence of the Hellenic community here in the DRC remains a living example of friendship, commitment, and resilience, a true bridge between our people, covering, I will say, many fields of cooperation. The same spirit was very much alive during the Greece DRC Economic Forum held in Athens last year, November 2024, with the valuable contribution of the DRC Embassy in Athens and my dear colleague, I have to say, Ambassador Micheline Matadi. The forum opened new perspectives for dialogue and cooperation and reminded that our partnership holds great potential, but that its success depends on key factors to be discussed and explored today. I suppose this is the case and the opportunity, and above all on understanding of local realities at the same time. Dear all, let me just limit myself to some comments. Today's webinar is another important step, I would say an opportunity to revitalize our bilateral cooperation and deepen mutual understanding, which is already expressed by both parties on a political level as well. It offers a useful platform to share experiences and to reflect collectively on the realities on the ground, meaning the progress achieved, the challenges that remain, and the conditions necessary for sustainable partnerships. The DRC is a country with extraordinary potential, rich in both natural and human resources. At the same time, of course, as a dynamic economy, there are some challenges to face, namely vast territory, infrastructural constraints, and an evolving institutional framework. Moving forward requires vision, I would say, realism, adaptability, and above all, mutual respect. Keeping channels of dialogue open is essential. That is how we build confidence and lay the groundwork for long-term understanding. I also welcome the broader dimension of international cooperation through the European Union's Global Gateway. I'm sure that my colleague from the EU delegation will speak about this and will give you more information on that. In my ongoing discussions, I have to say, with Greek actors during all these months in Athens and, of course, here in Kinshasa, they have expressed interest in following developments closely and in maintaining constructive exchanges with their Congolese counterparts in a spirit of partnership, realism, and shared values, and always under the right conditions, reflecting at the same time the spirit of Greek extraversion and entrepreneurship, I would say. In this context, it is already said, by the way, by my colleague from the department, from the B4 department of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, just to stress the ongoing efforts that being made for strengthen regional economic cooperation, notably through initiatives such as the Lobito Corridor, which aims to enhance trade connectivity and infrastructure development, across Central and Southern Africa. In parallel, several development-oriented programs are currently underway, focusing on improving governance, boosting sustainable growth, and supporting key sectors such as energy, transport, and agriculture. Well, I will say that this exchange will bring to the participants new insights, and I hope that you'll get the opportunity to share experiences and deepen mutual understanding, which is very, very important as far as I can see. And I think that this will be an opportunity for all the participants to explore opportunities and find more about what is DRC. So I would say to conclude that as an ambassador of Greece, of course, you can count on the embassy. We will continue to encourage dialogue, cooperation, and mutual understanding, because these are the true foundations of lasting and meaningful partnerships. Thank you one more time for organizing this event, and I wish you all very constructive and I would say fruitful discussions. Thank you very much. Merci beaucoup.
Your Excellency, Ambassador Mr. Papadopoulos, we thank you very much for your presentation. We are looking forward to your good collaboration and your help regarding the possibility of receiving here businessmen from Congo with your approval, and help us for what it concerns the visa, which we all know it's a difficult thing, a very delicate thing. Now, I wish to pass the word to the opening remarks and official greetings. I will call the people one by one because I can't see all the names clearly on my computer. So I will call Mr. Muhindo Nanji Butondo. Is it present? No. Mr. Jean-Pierre Chimanga Buana. No. Mr. Christian Molebe. He's not present. Mr. André Vameso. No. So we go to the investment opportunities of the RDC or DRC. And I would like to call Mrs. Gisele Chamala or her representative.
Merci beaucoup pour la parole.
Ah, c'est
Je
Anna
suis Gisèle
PRDC.
Chamala, oui.
Vous êtes Madame Gisèle?
Gisèle Chamala, directrice de promotion des investissements de l'Agence nationale
Vous avez la parole,
pour la promotion des investissements. Je vous remercie beaucoup pour la parole. C'est un honneur pour moi de prendre la parole au nom de l'Agence nationale pour la promotion des investissements pour parler à travers ce webinaire de la préparation de la deuxième édition du Forum économique Grèce-RDC. J'ai été mandatée par la directrice générale pour parler au nom de l'Agence nationale. Alors, ce forum, pour nous, est d'un grand intérêt. Pourquoi? Parce qu'il s'inscrit pleinement dans la vision du chef de l'État qui fait de la diversification de l'économie, de l'attractivité du climat des affaires et de la valorisation du potentiel national des priorités absolues de la gouvernance actuelle. Cette vision traduite dans le plan national stratégique de développement que nous appelons PNSD de 2024 à 2028 ambitionne de transformer la République démocratique du Congo en un pays émergent, compétitif et prospère, fondé sur une économie industrialisée, inclusive et durable. En parfaite cohérence avec cette orientation, l'ANAPI, qui est placée sous la tutelle du ministère du Plan et de la coordination du développement, a pour mission justement de mettre en œuvre ce plan national de développement à travers son plan de travail budgétisé. 2024-2025, dont, entre autres, les actions concrètes visent à promouvoir la RDC comme une destination privilégiée pour les investissements directs étrangers, de renforcer la visibilité internationale de son potentiel économique, de faciliter les partenariats bilatéraux et multilatéraux pour le développement des secteurs porteurs. Ainsi, le Forum économique Grèce-RDC ne constitue pas seulement un cadre d'échange, mais bien un levier de diplomatie économique et de coopération stratégique. Il offre une plateforme d'opportunités où l'expertise grecque, reconnue notamment dans les domaines de la logistique, du maritime, de l'énergie, du tourisme, de la construction, etc., peut rencontrer le potentiel congolais riche et diversifié. Donc, pour l'ANAPI, nous sommes disposés à donner notre expertise pour préparer et aussi participer au forum qui se tiendra l'année prochaine. Et ce dialogue, aujourd'hui, nous pensons, va consolider la confiance mutuelle, identifier des projets d'investissement concrets dans, d'abord, les secteurs ciblés dans le plan stratégique de développement, à savoir l'agriculture, et puis ensuite l'industrie. Et à travers cette industrie, nous visons l'agro-industrie, les matériaux de construction, la transformation des minéraux et la métallurgie en général. Et enfin, pour développer cette industrie, il y a vraiment besoin de développer l'énergie et les infrastructures. Donc, même le projet du corridor de Lobito s'inscrit justement dans cette vision de développement des infrastructures. Et l'ANAPI, dans le cadre de cet accompagnement, offre non seulement des avantages douaniers et fiscaux à tous ceux-là qui voudront investir, mais aussi à pouvoir apporter son expertise pour l'accompagnement de tous les investisseurs grecs qui voudraient investir en RDC. Alors, lors de ce forum 2025, l'ANAPI ambitionne de consolider les contacts établis lors de la première édition, de formaliser la coopération institutionnelle avec les agences grecques de promotion des investissements, de promouvoir les opportunités d'affaires et les incitations, non seulement du Code des investissements, il y a des incitations dans les zones économiques spéciales. Vous trouvez aussi, il y a des incitations à travers la loi agricole et d'autres facilités qui sont accordées dans le cadre de l'accompagnement des investisseurs. Alors, nous encourageons aussi la conclusion des partenariats publics-privés et des accords bilatéraux et concrets. En guise de conclusion, la RDC se positionne comme une destination d'investissement d'avenir portée par la stabilité politique, la richesse de ses ressources et la détermination du gouvernement à bâtir une économie moderne et compétitive. Ainsi, dans le cadre de l'amélioration du climat des affaires, il a été mis en place une feuille de route qui est pilotée par la cellule du climat des affaires qui a été mise en place par le président de la République et qui travaille étroitement avec l'ANAPI, qui est le secrétariat technique du comité de pilotage pour l'amélioration du climat des affaires. Et cette feuille de route travaille étroitement sur des réformes qui visent tout autant le cadre d'améliorer le cadre juridique que le cadre opérationnel des affaires. Je pense que j'ai dit ce qui était essentiel et je vous remercie.
Madame Jamala, nous vous remercions pour votre présentation. Veuillez me donner la possibilité de faire un résumé pour qu'on facilite les participants. Mrs. Jamala explained that there's a great interest from the part of DRC regarding the forum that will take place this year and, of course, the year after. it's a very important for the exchanges of the bilateral collaboration, taking in consideration that from the 2024 up to 2028 will be restricted, sorry, not restricted, it will be a very important effort to change the country to a competitive one regarding the industrialization and creating, even very fastly from the 2024 to 25, a country as a privileged destination for investment. This means that what it concerns the tourism, the construction, agriculture, industry, the metallurgy, the formation of the minerals, and all the important products that can be used and on which you can invest. This will be the great concern of the country. Adding to that advantages concerning the customs charges and accompanying the investors with all the possible facilities to make them easier, the investments in RDC. This, of course, means, as I said before, as the lady said before, that the destination, the country as a destination of investment will be based not only to the transformation to a competitive country, but to the stability and the climate of business that is created already, started to be created, and will be promoted to create a country like that where the investor could feel safe and go forward for a lot of interesting products. I think that I have explained all the meanings that Mrs. Giselle Jamala has said, and we thank you very much, Mrs. Giselle Jamala. So, next speaker is Mr. Freddy Muhaba Kaniyinku. Is he present? No. Let's go then to the next speaker is Mr. Augui Bolanda, Director General of the Special Economic Zone Agency, AZES. Mr. Bolanda.
Hello? Oui, hello?
We can hear you. Go on.
Okay. Thank you very much. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
To all. I'm sorry for my English. I will speak in French. Bonsoir à tout le monde. Bonsoir. Allô?
Oui, bonsoir, on vous attend. Vous pouvez commencer.
Merci beaucoup. Je salue l'initiative de Madame l'ambassadrice de convoquer cette rencontre préparatoire pour la prochaine rencontre que nous aurons du forum RDC Grèce. Nous avons été là-bas l'année passée et tout s'était bien passé et nous serons encore contents d'être cette année pour continuer les échanges que nous avons eus l'année passée. Je crois que notre collègue de l'ANAPI a déjà préparé le terrain pour nous parce que comme elle a dit dans son intervention, l'ANAPI est là en train de travailler pour le climat des affaires et les zones économiques spéciales justement font partie aussi de ces stratégies qui avaient été mises en place pour attirer les investissements RDC. Et les zones économiques spéciales sont un outil pour l'industrialisation. C'est vraiment ça la raison pour laquelle la République démocratique du Congo a décidé de recourir aux zones économiques spéciales. Et pour y parvenir, la RDC a mis en place tout un plan d'industrialisation, un programme national d'industrialisation avec des axes bien précis et des secteurs bien précis, parmi lesquels les secteurs dont Madame venait de parler tout à l'heure, là, notamment l'agro-industrie, les matériaux de construction, la transformation minière, les infrastructures, l'énergie et autres, pour que le pays puisse attirer les investisseurs. C'est comme ça qu'il est prévu dans notre plan d'industrialisation de mettre en place plusieurs zones économiques spéciales, notamment plus ou moins 20 zones économiques spéciales sont prévues dans notre plan d'industrialisation pour pouvoir transformer localement les matières premières, parce que vous savez, la RDC regorge de beaucoup de matières premières, mais les ressources naturelles, notamment agricoles, minières et autres. Et la volonté maintenant du président de la République, c'est de pouvoir transformer localement tous ces produits-là. Il y a des projets de zones économiques spéciales qui sont déjà en cours dans le pays. Et nous pensons que la Grèce, qui est toujours un ancien partenaire de la RDC, peut tirer profit de ces initiatives-là, parce que nous savons qu'à un certain moment de notre histoire, les Grecs ont beaucoup participé à l'économie congolaise. Donc nous pensons qu'il est encore temps pour que les opérateurs économiques grecs puissent revenir en RDC et profiter de ce climat qui est là avec la stabilité politique que nous avons aujourd'hui à la tête du pays avec le président Tshisekedi. Les choses sont en train d'avancer. Si les Grecs peuvent aussi venir, comme tous les autres pays qui arrivent, pour travailler avec nous, pour faire que les entreprises grecques soient aussi dans nos zones économiques spéciales, pour bénéficier de ces avantages-là. Parce que vous savez, dans les zones économiques spéciales, les entreprises qui viennent, ils ont plus ou moins 10 ans de facilité que l'État leur accorde pour pouvoir bénéficier des avantages qui sont prévus dans la loi. Voilà un peu d'une manière brève ce que je peux dire à ce niveau ici. Peut-être qu'il y aura des échanges qui feront que nous puissions approfondir davantage. Merci beaucoup.
Une petite interruption, s'il vous plaît. Je n'ai pas
Oui.
bien compris votre dernier raisonnement. Est-ce que vous pouvez le répéter un peu plus lentement parce que la ligne n'est pas très claire?
Ah, ok. Donc, je disais que au niveau du gouvernement de la RDC, il y a un plan d'industrialisation qui existe. Et dans ce plan d'industrialisation, il y a des secteurs qui sont prévus. Et ce secteur-là, c'est justement pour arriver à transformer localement les matières premières dans ces zones économiques spéciales et que les entreprises qui vont opérer dans les zones économiques spéciales vont bénéficier des avantages fiscaux, douaniers et autres pendant au moins 10 ans. C'est comme ça que nous appelons les membres de la Chambre de commerce et d'industrie de la Grèce de pouvoir profiter de cette occasion pour venir aussi en RDC, profiter aussi de ces opportunités-là, comme tous les autres qui viennent. Parce que nous savons qu'à un certain moment de notre histoire, la Grèce a été parmi les grands partenaires de la RDC. Voilà ce que j'étais en train de dire.
Alors, vous avez fini?
Oui, j'ai fini.
OK. Alors, vous permettez, je vous remercie de votre position. Je vous permettez de faire un résumé en anglais. Mr. Bolanda has focused in his speech about the program of the industrialization of the country, mainly for the transformation of the raw materials and the products that are plenty in the RDC country. This is a project of about 10 years have started and it's going on further on in order to really transform the economy to industrialized country, which is the target of the government. He also focused to the old partnership and friendship of the Greek investors and the Greek businessmen in collaboration with DRC long time ago, and the good disposition and the good way that have collaborated with the RDC economy for quite a long time. So he's looking forward that with the industrialization of the country, there will be a big change and very important, will be created a very important market for the Greek investors. Thank you, Mr. Bolanda. Now, allow me to pass the speech to Mrs. Marie-Jeanne Elima Nkoso. Please, you have a speak. Could you please open your micro? We can't hear you. On ne peut pas vous entendre. S'il vous plaît, vous pouvez ouvrir votre micro. Il faut appuyer à gauche en bas sur le micro.
Ouais.
Voilà.
Maintenant, vous m'entendez?
Vous
Ok,
pouvez commencer.
c'est Madame Docteur Elima Marie-Jeanne. Je suis médecin de la Direction générale des impôts, médecin directeur des centres médicaux de la Direction générale des impôts. En tout cas, je salue l'initiative de Madame la directrice. Bon, le forum concerne l'économie, mais il y a une part, on a parlé de la médecine. C'est pourquoi j'ai trouvé ça intéressant. Je me suis inscrite pour que je participe à ces forums. Vous connaissez bien que au niveau des pays sous-développés, bon, des pays émergents, nous avons des problèmes de santé, bon, nous avons des ressources humaines, mais ce sont les moyens qui nous manquent, la formation continue, les matériels, la technologie, ce qui fait que nous transférons souvent des malades à l'étranger. Alors, j'ai saisi cette occasion avec la technologie de la Grèce. Donc, nous aimerions en tout cas conclure collaboration des contrats pour la formation continue, la technologie et même l'acquisition des matériels et équipements, parce que nous sommes limités par nos moyens de matériel et équipement. Donc, j'ai saisi cette occasion pour, en collaborant avec la Grèce à travers l'ambassade de la RDC en Grèce, je crois que nous allons quand même trouver un gain de cause. C'est pourquoi j'ai trouvé intéressant de participer à ces forums et dans l'avenir assister même à la formation continue. Et nos autorités, je crois qu'ils ont mordu sur le programme. C'est comme ça que je suis venue intervenir pour que on voit comment nous allons collaborer avec la Grèce et qui a une grande technologie, surtout médicale, en orthopédie et en pédiatrie, tout service confondu. C'est ça mon intervention. Et c'est un cheval de bataille pour notre président, pour la santé. La santé, c'est sans santé, il n'y a pas de développement. Pour produire, il faut une bonne santé. Alors, il faut avoir des bons matériels et équipements pour poser les diagnostics pour un traitement adéquat. Donc, ça nous intéresse, ces forums. En gros, c'est ça.
Vous avez fini, madame?
Oui, j'ai fini. J'ai résumé.
Alors, je vous remercie d'être si vite. Et je vous permettrai de faire une petite traduction, un petit résumé en anglais. Mrs. Marie-Jeanne Elima Nkoso. She's a medical doctor. And, pardon? She's a medical doctor, and she's focusing to the health matters and the medicine matters that are very, very important for such a big country like Congo. She's focusing to the formation of the people in Congo. They are interested in materials for the health. They are interested in technology for the health and equipment for the health that are needed in this country. And what they are interested also in how they will collaborate with the Greek investors and the Greek experts that could transfer this technology to Congo, to RDC. This is a very important matter that makes big interest for the investors, but also big interest for the country of DRC. Mrs. Nkosa, I would like to add from my side, apart from what you said, that it's correct that in Greece there are a lot of interesting know-how, a lot of interesting possibilities of material, medical products, and of course equipments, hospitals and everything. So I can assure you that regarding my side, I will do my best to be able to meet important people here in Greece on your forum and give solutions to your inquiry. Nous vous remercions, madame. Thank you very much, lady. And now we are passing to the next person, which is Lama Onyangunga. Onyangunga. Is Mr. Lama Onyangunga present? No. Then, Monsieur Fabrice Basile, c'est votre tour. Mr. Basile Fabrice is the head of the delegation of the Union European in Republic Democratic of Congo. You have a speech. You can have la parole, monsieur.
Thank you, Mr. President. I hope you hear me.
Yes, we hear you very well. Are you going to speak in English?
Yes, I'm going to speak in English.
That's very good.
And I thank you very much for this kind invitation. And as the European Union representative of the European Union delegation in DRC, I am very pleased to make this intervention. And so, dear friends, dear all protocol observed, good afternoon. So to start with, let me present a little bit, because since a few years, we are now talking about Global Gateway, which is our common tool as European for investment. So the Global Gateway Europe investment package aims to support Africa, but all African countries, and here particularly DRC, for a strong, inclusive, green, and digital recovery and transformation. It aims at accelerating the green transition, accelerating the digital transition, accelerating sustainable growth and decent job creation, strengthening health systems, improving education and training. The Global Gateway Africa-Europe Investment Package is being implemented through Team Europe initiative, which includes the European Union as a global actor, its member states, the European financial institutes, all comes together to work together to support concrete and transformational projects jointly identified in priority areas. As the European Commissioner for International Partnership, Mr. Joseph Sikela said, the futures of Europe and Africa are tightly interlinked. Together, we face many challenges, but the potential for our cooperation is even greater. And this is why we focus on jobs, skills, education, entrepreneurship, digital access, transport, and green and clean energy as we wish to deliver. To upscale the transport network, an essential artery for efficient flow of goods, services, and people, thereby we are fostering Africa's regional and global trade engagement. With Global Gateway has identified many priorities. One of them is the corridors priorities, where we go with investment, have, for instance, allowed the economic Lobito corridor linking Angola, Zambia, and the Democratic Republic of Congo. This project is a very huge and massive project. So here is the call for companies, Greek companies, to come and invest and register themselves along this project, because DRC is requesting European efficiency, European expertise. So I think as we are talking about Greek investment, Greek potential, I have experience, and thanks to our Greek ambassador in DRC, we have experienced the real expertise that Greek companies Greek investors and the goodwill of Greek people here, it has contributed to the development of partnership and economic partnership. So we count on you, Greek citizen, Greek company, the Greek chamber, to be more active, proactive, as I know you are already, but not to be hesitant, but to come and help us on this investment side. As you know, in 2024, European Commission scaled up the renewables in Africa campaign to mobilize global financing for renewable energy project in Africa, bringing together development banks, private investors, and multilateral institutions, with the objective of unlocking more investment. So in the energy sector, the Africa-Europe Green Energy Initiative has advanced on equitable energy transition with a focus on solar, wind, hydropower, and green hydrogen production. For example, we have invested more than 20 billion as a pledge so far under the Team Europe approach, of which 3.4 billion by the EU is on course to support the deployment of at least 50 gigawatts of additional renewable energy, because we have identified DRC as the strategic country for the green energy transition. To address the continental digital divide, Global Gateway and Team Europe have invested in digital connectivity infrastructure, expanding affordable internet access and improving digital literacy. So as the EU in DRC, we regularly contribute to the established dialogue of the international community with the government of DRC under the lead of the Netherlands to improve the business climate and the business environment in the country, because we want to enhance European investment in the country. And as it was already said by Her Excellency the Ambassador, there is a plan, there is a global group settled by the highest authority by the state president to enhance the business climate and help the European companies to come to invest in DRC. So here also, as I am talking, and I know that I have all my Congolese friends and high responsible listening, you can help the European community and European companies come and invest in DRC by enhancing a few guarantees that will allow and would help the private initiative to invest in DRC. So on the infrastructure side, you know, infrastructure is a key priority for EU in DRC and forms an integral part in the rollout of Global Gateway in the country. The EU finances a wide range of actions in the field of infrastructure in DRC, and we will continue doing it because it will boost the economic development. I link it to the special economic zones that is currently processed and being developed because of the agricultural development and production inside the country. Infrastructure becomes a very crucial part of the development side, because this agriculture production, for example, needs to come and reach the ports to be exported worldwide, but first of all, exported also towards Europe. So we are really working hard on infrastructure, road infrastructure, for example, because we are working with the single aim of unlocking the country and to help the internal production to reach the different ports and airports of the country to be exported. So here also Greece has a real role to play because you have expertise in the agricultural world for mechanism, for engineering. So I think that private company, private investment, and the chamber as a global, you can help the European Union with other member countries to move forward in this investment part. The EU is currently preparing interventions on 2 strategic priority corridors, which is the Lobito one, as I told you. We link the Lobito one to the DRC Copper Belt side because it will be linked directly to the Lobito port in Angola, but also on the northern provinces of DRC called the Sud Ubangi corridor. We have this corridor as an EU project. This corridor will be linking the entire region from Cameroon, Douala, till Mombasa on the eastern coast of Africa, because here also, by unlocking the country, we will help productivity. So I know that here I call for another time for Greek company because there are Greek companies are specialized also in infrastructure, road infrastructures, and I think they can play a role here as major player who knows the country. On Lobito, what I would like to add, if you allow me, the EU and the European Investment Bank are closely working to rehabilitate railway that will help. But along this railway, we will be working on digitalization. So this digitalization will lead us to work on training, because this digitalization will be linked also to all the mineral exploitation, and we will be adding vocational training to help the mineral industry to move forward and to work with European countries according also our laws and our rules. So to conclude, I would say European Union and its member state, and very especially here Greece, is very committed to look at investment opportunities in DRC. But as far as it is concerned, and as far as there is this willingness of European companies and Greek companies, we are also requesting the DRC parts to make some effort to give some insurances for our companies to settle and bring direct foreign investment. I thank you very much for your attention, and I remain at your disposal for any question. Thank you.
So, Mr. Fabrice Basile, we thank you very much for your presentation. Very detailed and very interesting and important. And let's go further to the next speaker. Mr. Mike Rutandila, he's not present, which is mentioned on the program, but I would kindly ask you, Mrs. Zoska Bahadi, representative of the Federation of Enterprises of Congo, the FEC. Madame Bahadi, vous pouvez prendre la parole, s'il vous plaît.
Hello, this is Joao Musikingala. I'll be presenting on behalf of Madame Joska Bahati for the Federation of Enterprises of Congo. So I'm also one of the entrepreneur member of the Federation of Enterprises of Congo. So on behalf of Madame Joska, I'll be presenting the first part of the presentation about the Federation of Enterprises. And then further to that, maybe introducing a bit of what I myself currently do so that we can proceed with the program as it was planned. So if you allow me, I would like to share my screen because I have some few slides that we prepared for the presentation of today.
Yes, please.
So I hope you can see my screen.
Yes, it's visible.
Hello?
It's okay. Go on.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much. So basically, I'll just introduce a bit about the Federation of Enterprises of the DRC. So basically, my presentation will be limited to 6 key points on the presentation. So the first one will be the presentation of the Federation, and then a small brief about the DRC, and then the opportunity to invest in the DR Congo, the facilities and advantages of investing in the DR Congo, and then the role of the Federation of Enterprises in promoting the businesses and climate in the DR Congo, and then the need for investment from the diaspora in the DR Congo. So the Federation of Enterprises is a chamber of commerce and an employers union, so basically, and then it has been created since 1972. And then changed to FEC in 1997. So the Federation of Enterprises is comprised of almost 33,000 affiliates, companies of all sizes, from medium sizes to large sizes to very small sizes, and then scattered all around the DR Congo and working in various sectors and activities. Now, the main mission of the Federation of Enterprises is to promote economic activities in the DRC and abroad, defend the interests of business, and then especially vis-a-vis to the public authorities, and represent company to the public authority, national and international organization to development of partners. And then we also advise companies in the different areas and then interpretation of the legal or regulation texts that are taken in the country, in terms of the national tax, regional, and then international level. And also collect and dismantle information on the social and legal, fiscal, commercial, and economical nature, and that is relevant for the livelihood of the businesses. As a presentation of the FEC, so FEC is an organization promotion of activities and participating in organization event abroad, and then forums and B2B element. I will not really focus on this. Do receive big delegations. I'll move to the more important one. So the DRC, as you all know, is 2,345,000 kilometers square of a country with over 100 million inhabitants and with 9 neighboring countries, which are officially being other customers or market that you can be able to access if you are operating in the DRC. The DRC benefits from a different climate. So you have 2 different climates, equatorial climate and the tropical climate, which are important climate for the agriculture aspect in the DRC. And then on the vegetation, the DRC regard of big forests, mountains and plains and all over the country. And then DRC, as you all know, as well has enormous potential in natural resources for which everyone is attracted to, is the mine, the agriculture, the forest, the energy, and then the water sector. So the DRC, if you base yourself in the DRC, you'll be able to access a market of over 250 million consumers in the sub-region, basically with the allowing of the 9 neighboring countries, plus the DRC itself, you'll be able to be accessing over 250 million consumers all over Africa and the sub-Saharan region. And then the DRC is also a member of a different economical community, the SADC, COMEXA, EAC, and ZLCAF, which allows the free trade between the countries. So basically, positioning yourself into the DRC will allow you to be able to access those neighboring countries which are part of those regional economical community, to allow you to be able to export your product if the production is not 100% consumed within the DRC. Then the opportunity to invest in the DRC. So there are various opportunities to invest in the DRC, but we have summarized some of the opportunities into a key opportunities, which we have on the mining area. So basically, you know for a fact that DRC regard of cobalt and lithium ion and all the other minerals which are important for the energy transition. So what is DRC is looking for today is really on the processing of those minerals, or the transformation of those minerals, to be able to make our own batteries, to be able to be playing the role into the economical and then the energy transition of tomorrow, reducing the the gas effect, and then reducing the dependence on the diesel or petrol, so on and so forth. And then there's also opportunity in the telecommunication and the digital sector, basically on the data center, to be able to be interconnecting different facility and the telecommunication, because again, DRC being in the middle of the Africa will be able to interconnect multiple countries, and then to be able to be a service provider for those countries. And then on the energy sectors, as you know, maybe for those who know, those who don't know, again, DRC has a lot of hydraulic resources. So basically for hydropower, with the Inga, with the Zongo, with the Busanga, and all these other rivers that are capable of offering a good hydropower, capable of powering the entire sub-Saharan Africa. On the south of DRC, you have also the solar potential. You have a higher solar potential with irradiation going above 2,000 kilometers per square meter in the south of DRC. You also have a geothermal energy potential on the Kivu Lake, where you can transfer gas, you can do gas to power, as well as on the west side, where we have on the Bakongo side, where you can have gas to power with the Peronco producing the offshore petrol. So again, there are many opportunities as well on the banking sectors. Basically, today, DRC is looking for investment banking to be able to establish themselves within the DRC, because again, we have all the other banks which have been established in the DRC, but no investment bank has been established in the DRC to be able to promote investment in the DRC and take risk with entrepreneurs to be able to finance projects and to do sort of project finance and element to support the local business to grow. And then as well, we have opportunity in the insurance sector, which has been just liberalized. And then we have opportunity in industrial and then manufacturing, processing and preservation and packaging, agriculture processing as well, cement, building of public works, real estate. We have also oil and gas. As I was saying, we have already a production of oil in the Bakongo area. And then we can also produce gas, natural gas, to have LNG to transform gas to power. We have also gas on the lake, on the Kivu Lake, to be able to transform into power. We have also the need on because you heard earlier here, the doctor was talking about the pharmaceutical. We also have a need on the pharmaceutical industry to be able to produce those medications locally, cosmetic as well, and the plastics industrial. Fishing as well. We have the most poisonous fish lake in Africa, Lake Tanganyika, for which we are not exploiting. And then DRC is importing a lot of fish. So this fishing industry is a very virgin market that we can come, and then we are encouraging to have also people to invest. Transportation, sea, air, airway, and roads are also marked opportunity areas that you can look into. And then circulation economy, waste management, and then as well as foundry and metallurgic, also other opportunities available within the DRC that we can encourage the people to come and invest. And then just a few slides and then the advantages for investing in the DRC. So basically, as the NLP has said it clearly, there's a reform carried out in different economical sector. There's an existence of a public policy reference to PNSD, so certain sectoral strategies, and reform on the cleanup and improvement of business climate, and then promotion of subcontracting, basically all the area with the mining, and then we are promoting mostly subcontracting, having a local content to remain, and then also to empower and then create a middle class level of entrepreneur to be able to render services to this big company. Promotion of the local processing natural resources and economic diversifications. And then also on the electricity sector, so basically the electricity sector has been also liberalized. And then we have laws that allows PPP to be able to be established, and then to be able to also create its own power plant to sell electricity, and then also to trade electricity between countries, because there are lines connecting DRC until South Africa. So basically, being in the DRC, your product can reach Zambia, can reach South Africa while you're producing in the DRC. So again, the law allows it, and then there are incentives as well on that. And then we have also had the mining code revision which has created competition and freedom of pricing. And then also the insurance sectors also, which has been liberalized. And then a lot of insurance partners have been coming into the DRC. But we want to have A+ insurance companies also to be able to come and invest. And then the promotion of investment of agency ANAPI for promotion of investment and the tax on the taxes, on the customs advantages that for new projects. And then also on the economical zone. So we have special economical zone who offers 10 years of tax holidays for companies that are established themselves into those this economical zone. And then also the industrial policies documentation industrialization master plan of the economical pole, which also gives advantages to be able to establish on those ones. So just to summarize quickly on the role of the FEC. So basically, we want to return on the capitalization of companies in the DRC, which was 40-60 at the time, and then practice of a true of pricing and freedom of fixing price, which we have the ordinance, and then we have promotion of public partnership dialogue, access to the OWADA establishment of labor and commercial code. So basically, once you do business in the DRC, and then if there's any problems that you have vis-a-vis to the business that you have invested in DRC, you'll be able to have an arbitrage, which is a neutral arbitrage area to be able to discuss all these matters, to be able to be judged at the international level. And then a liberalization of economical sector, which we said previously, water, electricity, insurance, and bailiffs has been liberalized. And then the revision of the mining code, which happened in 2018. So just basically the role, just to go a bit more on the role of the Federation of Enterprises of DRC, one of those roles as well is establishment of a pull-up business for women incubator, which has took place in 2018, which called a Likia, meaning hope, and an organization of Saturday market to promote local producers. So basically organizing a market on the weekend to be able to promote all the local productions, and then organizing the challenges on enterprises, promoting youth entrepreneur, SMEs, and then National Commission of Entrepreneurs and Commissions. And then also organization of the trade fairs and participation of Congolese and the Pan-African competition of the World Skills of Africa 2022, implementation of Renaissance Project and to strengthen the role of the Federation of Enterprises in the economical life, and then participation and development of sectoral policy and strategy of PDS on that, and then emergency plan for business climate. So this is basically the role, and then the last one basically I wanted to touch base was the need for the diaspora investment in the DRC. So the FED plays a bigger role on the lobbying and to promote the improvement of business climate in the national level, and then positively selling the image of the DRC to attract foreign investment, insert Congolese diaspora into the work market, business network on the federation, invest in the sectors like such as energy, mining, agriculture, industrial, IT, and all the other industry that we have, fire lighting, and then as well as the port. So this was basically the presentation about the Federation of Enterprises, and then I'll thank you for that. Thank you.
Okay, Mr. Chalmania, you are very detailed, and thank you for the presentation.
Yes.
Let's go now. The next speaker which is not already registered to the program, was Mr. Caroline Ponsalelo Kemba, Board of Directors of the National Commerce Chamber. So let's go to the investors and economic operators and call to the stage Mr. Gerasimos Dounis. It's your turn, Mr. Dounis. Could you please turn your microphone? Δεν ακούγεστε. Πατήστε το μικρόφωνο κάτω αριστερά. Δεν ακούγεστε. Δεν ακούγεστε καθόλου. Κάτω αριστερά στην οθόνη σας έχει ένα μικρόφωνο κόκκινο.
Μάλιστα.
Οκ.
Ωραία. Τώρα με ακούτε?
Τώρα ακούγεστε.
Βεβαίως. I am glad to participate today at this meeting and this event, and I responded to the invitation of our ambassador, His Excellency Mr. Papadopoulos, and I'm very honored to address to you. I would like to greet all His Excellency, Her Excellencies, the Ambassador of DRC in my country, my origin country in Greece, and our ambassador, who are also co-organizers. And if you allow me, please, and all our distinguished participants, if you allow me, I would like to speak in French, because we have a lot of French speaking between us. If you can allow me to do that, please.
Okay, I have to translate you then. Okay, go on.
Très bien. Je vais m'adresser en français, c'est beaucoup plus facile pour beaucoup d'entre nous de comprendre le sens. Je me présente, je m'appelle Dounis Gerasimos, je suis le président de la communauté hellénique de Kinshasa. Je suis né au Congo et je m'active depuis le début des années 80 en tant qu'homme travailleur et puis homme d'affaires. Ma famille a investi au Congo dans l'agriculture, la transformation de produits agricoles, la promotion de produits agricoles, le textile et le commerce et également l'industrie alimentaire. Je peux témoigner de 50 ans à peu près de carrière multidisciplinaire dans un pays, dans ce jeune pays qui s'appelle Congo, et qui m'a vu naître et qui traverse encore ce qu'on appelle les maladies d'enfance. Un très grand pays, comme il a été très bien décrit par tous les participants précédents, qui a besoin de beaucoup faire encore pour aller vers son bien-être. Et pendant cette période de 50 ans que je peux témoigner, nous avons traversé ensemble le problème que le pays a subi et nous avons subi aussi en tant qu'habitants dans ce pays. Pour être bref, au niveau de l'historique et de l'histoire de Hélène au Congo, de mes compatriotes, je voudrais témoigner en quelques mots que leur activité, leur présence était d'abord beaucoup plus importante à l'est et au sud du pays, où ils se sont occupés plus au développement agricole, à la transformation agricole, à la pêcherie, à la construction navale et aussi au développement des chemins de fer et des routes qui reliaient à l'époque presque tout le Congo, surtout de l'Est avec le Sud et le centre du Congo qui est Kinshasa, la capitale. Aujourd'hui, le Congo retrouve son pas. Vous avez vu avec les différents exposés que les priorités sont données dans des domaines dont nos compatriotes ne s'étaient pas occupés par le passé, mais pour l'avenir, nous avons certainement un capital inestimable qui est notre médecine, qui pourrait être salutaire pour ce pays, et également notre savoir-faire avec le développement que mon pays, la Grèce, a connu les dernières années au niveau de l'ingénierie, du savoir-faire et du développement tant dans les réseaux routiers que dans les infrastructures. J'espère que l'énergie jouera un rôle parce que le Congo a 20 000 fleuves que c'est un potentiel immense de sources renouvelables. Et je salue ce forum qui essaie de renouer entre nos deux pays les relations et même les investissements dans un court terme. La communauté hellénique de Kinshasa en est le témoin d'une première tentative, puisqu'en 1991, on avait terminé d'ériger le premier bâtiment de notre communauté qui était destiné à la Banque nationale de la Grèce, à la Chambre de commerce gréco-congolais et à son ambassade, et ainsi de développer, si vous voulez, les liens qui étaient possibles, qui étaient souhaités. Le malheureux événement les tristes événements de 1991 ont simplement arrêté, stoppé, si vous voulez, puisque les relations bilatérales étaient rompues. Espérons que ce sera un comeback le plus vite possible. Je salue cet effort, je reste à votre disposition, je peux témoigner, je peux répondre à des questions. Je n'ai rien à ajouter par rapport aux précédents participants. Ils ont tout dit. Chacun de nous est expert dans son domaine. On a tous entendu et enregistré ce qui a été dit. Et je serai également, personnellement, et comme toute la communauté, à votre disposition pour soutenir cet effort. Merci beaucoup.
Σας ευχαριστούμε, πατριώτη κύριε Δούνη. We thank you very much, Mr. Dounis, who is the person that has a know-how of the Congolese market and the economical situation and the experience of, as he said, over 50 years, born in DRC, knowing well the history of the Greek businessmen in fishing, agriculture, construction, road construction, in renovated energy sources. He could face all those years the possibility of advancing in a country like DRC, big experience with the important things, the facilities and the difficulties that any market can create. And his presence there, and that he's remaining there permanently all his life, I would say means that Mr. Dounis is a big example of really helping morally the investors to come and invest in Congo. And I would like to add to that from my side that you need to go there in order to build up an investment and a business. You cannot do it by remote control, by far, but from Greece. You have to go there and install your offices and put yourself in the reality, the local reality, in order to advance things, because there is a lot of future, a very interesting future for that. So I think that Mr. Dounis could be for us a good example and a good example, and could give us a lot of information for the way that the investors can install themselves in DRC. So I hope that Mr. Dounis will be able to come to the forum in order to use his assistance and his knowledge about this country. Now, let's go further to the next person, which is Mr. Didier Mumba, but he's not in this position at this moment. So his colleague from Omatuku Group will have the speech. S'il vous plaît, monsieur, de la part de monsieur Didier Mumbu, le Omatuku Group, to have the speech.
Bonsoir tout le monde. Mon nom c'est Marc Freddy Pandi et je suis le président de Omatuku Group. Good afternoon, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. It is an honor to take part in this important webinar on investment opportunities and the political economic environment in the Democratic Republic of Congo. On behalf of Olivier Mumba, chairman of the Omatuku Group, I wish to thank the organizers for the opportunity to showcase the Congolese enterprises like ours and how they're contributing to making the DRC a more attractive, reliable, and successful investment destination. There is a strategic importance in the DRC. Of course, Omatuku Group plays a very strategic role in the country's evolving investment landscape. As a Congolese-owned investment and development company, we stand in the intersection of local opportunities and international partnership. Our activities directly support national priorities in energy, aviation, mining, logistics, and agriculture, ensuring that foreign investment translate into real economic growth and measurable community impact. What distinguishes Omatuku Group is our operational commitment. We are not facilitators or consultants. We are active business partners. And that makes a real difference because we invest not only our capital, but also resources and expertise to create bankable projects and partnership-ready ventures. And these ventures, they align with the government policy and investors' expectations. In doing so, Omatuku bridges the gap between the vision and implementation, turning national investment ambition into tangible result on the ground. So we have the knowledge on the ground, and our collaboration, for example, with our Swedish partners in aviation have taught us a lot, for instance. And we can also talk a little bit more about our experience in waste management with the Canadian firm, for example, because all these, they demonstrate how local and international investors can work together to deliver value, innovation, and reliability in complex markets. I do not want to go more into details, for example, into the specific challenges that we have faced, because I believe there will be a forum for that. But I would like to emphasize that much of what have been explained by other presenters becomes of value when you begin to think of how to expand beyond the DRC into regional market. And one of the Federation of Enterprise of the Congo, for example, emphasized the SADC, COMESA, and the economic center of the Central Africa Economic Center and the East Africa Economic Center. So the Congo can be a pivotal location in order to tap into those markets. And what we have done is we have worked, for example, in the private jet sector, where we understand that traveling in the Congo was very difficult, especially if you are time-pressed and finding a reliable mode of transportation to getting around. And so in partnership with our Swedish investors, we operate private jets. And we are now looking at expanding into cargo services. We have just submitted our application with the aviation authority, the Civil Aviation Authority, and we are eager to embark on that new journey with our partner from Sweden. So on the energy, we do supply fuel to the mining sectors, and we know we have a lot of them. And we also have some mining concessions that we do work on gold, cobalt, and copper, and you name it. So this is a really wonderful opportunity for us. to engage with some international investors who are looking for opportunities but may not necessarily have a good understanding on the ground on how to be ready for this kind of partnership, especially when it may involve a public-private partnership, for example, or just a venture that may involve a logistical challenge of getting things around. In that sense, I will stop there, but in conclusion, I just want you to understand that Omatuku Group stands as a reliable Congolese business partner with active operation and diversified portfolio. So it is a clear commitment and a responsible way to grow, because we are not just there to facilitate you, but we're there to be with you throughout your journey. And so I thank you.
So, Mr. Pandi, thank you for your presentation on behalf of the Omatuku Group. It's an interesting thing to have the possibility to get the services and the help of such a company, a local company, that could give to the investors the knowledge of the market and to point out the details that has to be taken in consideration in order to have a successful investment. As far as I can see, now we have two other speakers, but I'm not sure that they're here. It's Manuel Papasavas and Mr. Gerasimus Chayotis. I think they are not present. They couldn't participate. So I have to make some conclusions and also first ask if there are any questions or any matters for discussion regarding this webinar. Is there anybody that would like to express his opinion or ask any questions to the persons that have made their presentation? As far as I can see, there's no such an inquiry. So I would like to say a few words. Now, on behalf of the Hellenic African Chamber of Commerce and Development, which I'm founding member and member of the board, and on behalf of the ambassador of RDC, Madame Matadi, Micheline Matadi, I would like to say that I'm very proud. It's not my first time that I'm moderating such business meetings, and I have a lot of experience to congresses and things like that. It was an amazing, short, comprehensive, and to the point presentations. And I would say that it was a prova generale for the forum that will take place in Athens within 1 month, where people will try to put to the point contacts and bilateral agreements and collaborations. So you allow me to close this meeting, first in English and then in French, in order to honor the French-speaking language in RDC. Your Excellency, Mrs. Micheline Matadi, Your Excellency, Mr. Andonis Papadopoulos, distinguished guests and speakers, we really thank you for your presentation. We thank the presentations of the scientific and professional way that gives the possibility to ameliorate the transactions, the bilateral collaboration, and help the two economies. Votre Excellence, Madame l'Ambassadeur Micheline Matadi, Votre Excellence, Mademoiselle Andonis Papadopoulos, and all the participants, on vous remercie infiniment pour votre présentation ici. Et on vous attend vraiment avec votre présence et tous les éléments à la main pour avancer des collaborations et des résultats. C'est ça qui concerne notre but. l'effort de l'ambassade, l'effort de la Chambre héléno-africaine et avoir de bons résultats. On vous remercie et je crois qu'on finit cette réunion avec beaucoup de espoir pour le futur. Merci beaucoup. Thank you all. Have a nice evening.
Merci beaucoup. Merci.
Merci beaucoup à vous.
Merci beaucoup.
Bon succès.